Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. I hope that y'all are doing good today. I was getting ready to cook supper and I wanted to share this recipe with you. So this is the easiest lasagna ever, and you can actually cook it two ways. The way that I'm gonna do it today is I am going to assemble it and I'm going to cook it in the oven, but you can basically do this same thing and do it in your crock pot as well. I just did not have time to put it together this morning, and so I'm going to show you how I do it in the oven, and then we'll kind of talk through the crock pot method too. But I don't know about y'all, I've always kind of felt like or used to think that lasagna was had to be this big elaborate thing where you have to pre-cook your noodles and it's just like this whole process. But this recipe is so stinking easy, and I'm using really good ingredients, and so quality is gonna be good. Okay, so what I've got is, in a bowl I mixed together 16 ounces of cottage cheese. Okay, I've got that in here. I've also got 1 egg, a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and a cup and a half-ish of shredded raw cheddar cheese. And y'all know how I feel about shredding your own cheese. So, yeah, shred your own cheese. And then the packaged stuff that's pre-shredded, it won't, if you shred your own, it doesn't have all the anti-caking agents and the sawdust feel to it. So it takes a little bit of extra effort, but I promise you, there is just nothing better than freshly grated cheese, my word. Okay, so that went into the bowl, and I have stirred it all up. And this is your cheese filling, your layer of cheese filling. So that's it right there. Next, I am using the, we love the brand Jovial. I love to get this brand off of Thrive Market. So for those of you that use Thrive Market, you can get this brand from them, and it's much cheaper than if you buy it locally here at Honeybee. Love Honeybee. I actually got these at Honeybee today because I was in a bind and forgot to add these to my Thrive Market order this last time, and so they're great for when you're in a pinch. They have a ton of wonderful things, but you are going to pay extra. So you can get these off Thrive Market. Anyways, these are the lasagna noodles. Next, I just use a jar of marinara sauce, and this jar is a 32-ounce jar. And I've already got my cheese ready. I've got 2 pounds of beef. So I browned 2 pounds of beef. That's ready to go. So the way that this goes quickly is you have all of your elements ready to go and kind of in your little assembly line, okay? I will also do my best to get this recipe for you in the comments. So after we have everything ready, then we are going to start assembling this thing. Let me move around some of this stuff. Get my dish ready. Okay, so I've got my little casserole dish here. Okay, so first what you're gonna do is, I like to put a little bit of sauce in the bottom of the pan. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know, like a quarter to a half a cup maybe of sauce in the bottom. This is me eyeballing, and then I kind of just smush it around. I might actually need a little bit more than that. This is splashing everywhere. Okay, to where it's kind of coating the bottom of the pan, like so. Next, you're going to line the bottom with your noodles. And the cool thing is, you don't have to cook these. You do not have to cook these noodles at all. And so you're just gonna start laying them down. And there is no perfect way of doing this. I will actually take noodles and break them apart to where they will fit. like that. And I'll show you what it looks like. Like I'll break them in pieces even. Let me see if I can show you. Can y'all see that? So they're just layered in there. Okay, next you are gonna go in with part of your cheese mixture. So half of your cheese mixture is going down, and we're gonna spread this out, okay, on top of your noodles. And I love this because you don't have to be super precise with any of it. It's all just gonna cook together and it's gonna be delicious. Okay, so here's that layer. Your cheese is on. Now we're gonna put half of our meat mixture on top of this. Okay, and remember I did 2 pounds. Eyeballing half of the mixture. And then we're gonna spread that out on top of the cheese mixture. All right, now we're going in with sauce. Okay. Then I'm going to, so it's kind of looking like this. I'm gonna spread this sauce out a little bit. Okay, now we start over. Okay, so next we're going to go noodles. Put your noodles down. I need to break that. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, then we're going cheese mixture. The rest of your cheese mixture is going on. Okay, spread it out. Whoop. And if you decide you want to do this in the crock pot, it is literally the same thing. You'll have to break your noodles to kind of fit the crock pot a bit better, but it's so easy to do in the crock pot too. Okay, there goes that cheese. Meat. The rest of your meat mixture goes on. I'm gonna spread that out. Okay. Now, at this point, after I put on the meat mixture, I put more noodles on the top here. This is gonna be your last layer here. So I need to open another box of noodles. So just for reference, this is taking me not a full 2 box of these noodles. Like we're talking a full box and like a couple more noodles out of the second box. Okay. And then I'm just kind of breaking some noodles to make it fit. And y'all, this is not pretty. It's not pretty, and I don't care. Like, we're calling it rustic, and it's going to taste amazing. So now that you have finished it off with your noodles, this is where you want to make sure, and you want to put your sauce on the top of these noodles, because that's going to help these top noodles to cook, okay? So we're going to spread this out and make sure that your noodles on top are covered with some sauce. Okay, if you don't, then the noodles can get real crunchy on top, and we don't want that. So you want to make sure that your sauce is covering it. Okay, so all the sauce is on there now. And then the very last thing that I do is I put the rest of my shredded cheese on top. It's going to get all bubbly and amazing. And you just, in my opinion, can't have too much cheese. Okay. So there goes our cheese on top. And then next, what you're going to do is I have some water, okay? You're going to, how much of water do I have? I have about a cup of water. you're going to pour the water around the edge of your dish here. And that's really going to help. We're going to seal this with foil on top, and that's going to lock in the moisture. The water is really going to help cook the noodles and kind of create some steam in there, if you will. So we're going to go around the edge with this water. Okay. Okay, and then we are going to cover this. Now, I like to, just because I try to be mindful of aluminum foil use in our home, and so I actually like to go in with parchment paper on top first. Okay, so you're gonna lay, and this is unbleached parchment paper, and then I put the foil on top of the parchment paper. Okay. So we're going to cover this. And it is going to go in the oven. I've got my oven set at 400. And this is going to take a while. This is going to take you at least an hour in your oven. And you just kind of want to check it. If the noodles still feel a little bit crunchy on top, add some more time to it until those noodles on top are nice and tender. And that's it. Like, that is it. We used really high quality ingredients. This is high in protein. Like, so simple, so simple. And this is actually, I mean, this is a huge dish here. So this is actually going to get our family of 5 dinner for 2 nights in a row. And it, in my opinion, this recipe is even better left over. So it's going to be great tonight, but left over, I don't know. It's better left over in my opinion. So we're going to have this with some sourdough bread tonight for dinner. You can certainly do green beans, a big yummy salad, some broccoli, something like that as your side. And then if you decided you wanted to do this in the crock pot, I usually will cook it on low for between 4 to 6 hours. Again, that's pretty fluid just because you are checking your noodles to make sure that they're tender. Sometimes people's ovens cook differently, and so you do just need to watch it. But that's it. The easiest, most delicious lasagna ever. Like I said, the only thing that really takes time is browning your meat. And obviously this took 10 times longer than it would have as I'm sitting here talking. But it is like, once you have your ingredients out, it goes, you assemble it really quickly and throw it in the oven. So anyways, hope that y'all will try this. Definitely let me know if you do. I'm going to try to type up the recipe in the comments so that you guys have it and you can screenshot it. And if you do try it and your family likes it, definitely comment here and let me know. I love food. I love to share recipes, and I love to, one of my favorite things is to take recipes and swap out ingredients to make it healthier, to make it more nutrient dense without sacrificing like the comfort of a good lasagna. I really do believe that all food can be made healthy and healthier just by swapping out different ingredients. And so still getting to eat yummy comfort food, but like I said, quality, and lots of good protein in this. So okay, hope you all have a good night, and let me know if you try this.